and you can cut this last line. Yeah, please cut the entire thing.
A good hustle is something which changes every day. If you have a certain hustle going on and on, that means you're not finding an answer to it. Hello, I am Suchali Jain, founder of Suchali's Artisan Bakehouse.
Hustle, there is no one definition of hustle. I mean, hustle has evolved over time. Hi, I'm Mitali and I'm the co-founder of Suchali's Artisan Bakehouse.
So ironically, I was never around the kitchen like during my childhood or even in the days before we started Suchali's Artisan Bakehouse. But I always loved eating breads. So I would prefer a slice of bread over roti any day. So back in 2015 when I traveled to Europe, I discovered this whole new world of breads which never existed for me. And back then I had always had a croissant only in a 5-star hotel. And I had those breads and I loved those breads so much that I realized that this is something which is really, really missing in our country, and I had to get this for our people. So when we started Suchali's Artisan Bakehouse, we were baking only once a week. As we say, charity begins at home. We used to collect orders from our neighbors, friends and family, and then just bake like probably every Sunday and distribute the orders. This all started in 2017. Back in 2017, it was only me baking, probably with my house help who would only help me a bit, and it all started from there.
In early 2018, when I joined Suchali and I started studying about breads and croissants, so I couldn't find many brands, and people also being aware about what sourdough breads are and where can you find croissants in the market. So initially it was, I would say, creating brand awareness was something which we strive for daily. I would say us time pe that was the hustle, creating brand awareness, letting customers know what our product is. So like Suchali said, it begins at home. So initially it was word of mouth for us. So we had a small cart for our physical presence in Cyber Hub, and gradually people got to know in that vicinity. But overall, it was all organic growth, word of mouth, people liking, coming back again. So that was what initially pushed the brand forward.
So in 2018, it was like the year where we had to educate the people what sourdough was, why does it taste sour, why does it have a hard crust. So that was the year where we were continuously, I think, passing knowledge to the people, and by 2019 they started adopting the product in a better way. And then of course followed by then there was this whole pandemic coming in and everything. That's when everything changed.
Because that time people were not used to bread being hard on the top and then soft inside. They're used to like normal breads which we have been eating for years. So it was also very hard for us initially, but then even gradually customers have also evolved over time. I think when COVID hit, so people started, taking wellness and having healthy food items very seriously as compared to before COVID.
Like as compared to 2017-18, year on year, we have seen people giving more importance to their health. We've seen the consumers wanting to be more aware of what they're consuming, what ingredients are present in whatever they're eating. So we have seen a continuous shift, and especially after 2020 when COVID hit, people just wanted good product, clean product. And I think that time we saw this study that's how to make a sourdough at home was one of the most trending topics on Google. So
a lot of people started baking at home.
Yeah, so 2020 really changed the whole game, and I think not only for us but overall for the food industry. Like people are now more open to different things, and how we see today as compared to 4 years back. Food industry has drastically matured, and things are coming up in a better way.
So it was really interesting when COVID hit. So we only had one physical presence, our own in Cyber Hub. So that also shut. So we were like, oh, what will we do now? And people want to order, but we can't
There was
service
no
our.
sales channel.
There was no sales channel, and we didn't even have a website then. But since we fall into essentials category, so we still kind of managed, but we didn't have that channel to collect orders. So that's when we launched our website. And before launching our website, we started catering to societies, collecting orders via WhatsApp group,
Yeah.
and then in Gurgaon, and then catering to societies because people wanted our breads. People in COVID, they wanted to stock our breads at home.
I think that's when we realized that people had already started accepting the breads as a part of their everyday lives. I think that's when it directly came to us about the demand. As Mithali mentioned, we didn't have any sales platforms, so we directly used to collect orders through WhatsApp, get them processed, get them delivered, and that's how the early 2020 bit was for us.
There have been times in COVID when everything was not that streamlined. We were also early, but the volume really shot up. I mean, everybody was delivering. She was delivering. I was delivering. Our people, they used to deliver like 1 a.m. in the night because the volume was so much. You're like, now we really need to do something so that we can just cater to all the orders.
Volume was much keeping in mind the restrictions around the city because of COVID and no team, only two of us doing everything, be it delivery, be it manufacturing, be it collecting orders, at anything and everything. Every now and then, once in a blue moon, like we get such heartwarming emails or messages from the customers about how they appreciate the product. So that really makes our day. Like out of probably 100 consumer interactions, it's like the ratio is like 5%. Like not everybody would openly, give you a good review or a bad review. Nobody would want to take that effort. So back, I think in 2020 precisely, as we mentioned, that was something when we suddenly started getting this whole flood of calls and messages personally that please just bake once, because it was a time when there was this Bharat Bandh, early April, end of March, and all of us, we thought that the world was coming to an end and everything had to shut. So we were just getting so many calls and messages that just bake once a day. Just bake like once and we will probably buy 25 or 30 breads, stock them, freeze them. That is the exact point when I think what really motivated us, because in 2018 and 19 when we were transferring the knowledge to the consumer, we didn't know whether that was really working or whether that it would be adopted by the consumer. But when we started getting the calls and the queries, that's when we really realized that okay, this product is powerful, we are doing something right, that's why this is coming to us.
No, both of us, we have always thought we'll go slow, but we'll not give up. If things are not working out, let's slow the pace. But giving up has never crossed our.
Definitely, there challenges are there for anybody and everybody, be it any industry, be it any startup. So definitely, we also went through a lot of challenges, but we always, just believe that it's okay not to, like, things might not work as per the plan, but just keep going with the flow and just keep doing your best. That would, like, we've never thankfully got this feeling ever.
I think you need one anchor to also be there and help you go through tough phase and everything. Our association with Blutaka has been from the start, since when I think she was baking at home. So she used to go and I think supply at one cafe. It all started with like one cafe, and then gradually even Blutaka as a company, they also had patience and they also supported us in developing products and in whatever way they could.
I think both of us as brands very, very strongly feel to have the best product in the market. Irrespective of whatever costs we are getting, we have to serve the best quality product, be it coffee or be it bakery items. So I think that's something which clicked for all the founders, for both the companies, and it all started as a vendor and customer relationship, and with God's grace, I think things are doing quite well now. I think one of the things was probably it's also the right time in the market when you launch the product. That is also an important key as an entrepreneur. Probably we didn't calculate that time when we started so much, because honestly both of us are never too calculative of things. But I think that was the right time to launch pre-COVID also. It was like probably there was a big gap in the market of what the demand might be in the coming couple of years and what was available in the market. And the consumers in the metros are well traveled and are willing to make their lifestyle shifts to the better things. So I think that's how it was, the timing as well as launching the right clean product in the market, which worked well, which helped us.
Another factor which I feel that what leads to a great brand recall is that since day zero, both of us have personally handled customers. I would say till COVID, we used to get 100, 200 calls a day from people, which we handled personally. Even till today, if there are any, let's say, any concerns on email or social media or on personal WhatsApp, she handles it, I handle it personally. There is no customer complaint, which we are like, oh, okay,
Which we are not aware of.
which ye to ho jayega. Yeah, which we are not aware of, or which remains unresolved by the team. There is no such complaint till it. So I think initially it has been like organic growth and word of mouth, and people really appreciating that we call them personally. Okay, if they have a concern, we are really sorry. So that also gives a lot of weightage to customers knowing कि हाँ आप जहाँ का खा रहे हो, product खा रहे हो, it's not something they just want to sell to get revenue. It's also something they are concerned about. If there is a feedback or a genuine feedback, then she takes it up personally.
We are like, I think we both are very touchy about our customer connection because we don't want any bad experiences to be there, because personally we are making something which we personally believe in very strongly, so why should things go wrong? So that's what we try and rectify as much as possible. So we have a lot of things going on. Like, since we are in a phase of expansion and we have our presence in NCR, Mumbai, Calcutta, we've recently started our operations in Bangalore. So now I think the real thing is we want to be like a household name for the people who want to have good, genuine bread. The people who believe in, like, the bread is not just for the sake we have a filling and then we have 2 slices just to close it, but a bread is something which can have a taste of its own. So we want all those people in our country to know that just a plain bread without any butter, without any spread, can have taste in its own. So that's what we really want. That's what we are working on in expansion. So in the next 1 year, like, we are looking to increase our volume immensely, targeting more and more consumers as possible pan-India. One thing what I would strongly advise is not to be always over calculative of whatever you're planning or whatever is your action plan, because it might not always work. Sometimes, like, you should follow your gut feeling and you should just believe in yourself, because if you have a plan in mind, you have an idea in mind, if you keep thinking about it too long, like, somehow that motivation will always go down after a certain point. And if you've taken the first step of at least starting it, for me, I feel that 50% of the work is already done, that you've taken the first step. Things will automatically follow and fall into place. So this is what I would say, that don't be too worried about, oh, where am I going to get the money from, or how am I going to pitch it to my investors. I think, like, even if you start small, like how we started, like baking once a week. If I'm not baking every day, we are baking once a week. At least you give it a start, then things will definitely move on the path you want.
If you take that step, it's just about taking that step. If you are passionate and you want to build something, just go for it. Along the way, you'll have to pivot. You'll have to make changes. आप ऊपर भी जाओगे, नीचे भी जाओगे, motivate भी करेंगे, demotivate भी करेंगे. So along the way, there will be a lot of changes in your business plan only. It's not something कि आपको ये करना है तो मैं ये ही करूँगा. Because you see the market, you see your consumers' behavior and traction and everything. So it's just about taking that step, and everything follows. Investors will come, money will follow, and there will be also changes in your business plan and product or service. There is no one definition of hustle. I mean, in our experience, every day there has been something or the other. Initially it was how to tell customers, making them aware. Now the hustle is scaling the brand, consistency, everything. I think hustle has evolved over time. So it's just about that is the goal which we want to achieve. How to hustle our way, I mean, with probably limited resources or with something at hand, but you just want to go and achieve that goal in the long haul. So I think that is something, I mean, it just evolves. It's nothing very, there's no definition to us hustling every day, but it's just overcoming some challenges or making our way to reach the goal. That's it.
A good hustle is something which changes every day. If you have a certain hustle going on and on, that means you're not finding an answer to it. So I would say, like, if your hustle changes after every, like, some days probably or some weeks, so that's something like you are finding answers to your different hustles.
Yes.
Nice,
That's
nice.
good, yeah.
It's good. It's nice. Yeah, it's really nice.